do you deal with depression and anxiety in a healthy way?
So we're just going to give you some ideas and some activities for you to try to help you get out of this depression. You need to know that you are not alone, that you are loved, and that you can do this. You can conquer this giant. This is your life. Fight for it. Fight to be happy. So you need to know 3 things. You need to know that you are not alone, that you are loved, and that you can get past this. But the next few things are things that we want to encourage you to do. Number 1, you have to go to the doctor. That is step number 1. You need to be seen by a doctor. You need to make sure that you don't have a thyroid issue or a hormone deficiency or something in your blood that's wrong. Maybe you're low on iron and it's starting this. There could be something wrong inside your body that's causing you to feel this way. Our body is so intricate that there can be one thing off. I have thyroid issues. I had my daughter, my first child, and 9 months later I couldn't lose weight. I felt like I was tired all the time. I constantly thought I was pregnant. I cried because it was my thyroid. I went to the doctor. He did the blood workup and found out that I was hypothyroid. I had hypothyroidism. So he put me on a cheap little thyroid pill. He also prescribed me an antidepressant. It was about a month, I think it took. And I felt better than ever. And I started losing weight, and I was a different person. It can be something wrong with your body that's causing you to feel the way that you're feeling. So absolutely, number 1, most important, you need to go to a professional. You need to go to a doctor, and you need to tell them what's going on. I encourage you to take someone with you who loves you and knows what's going on with you, because when you're depressed, you're looking through foggy glasses. You're not looking through clear eyes. You're not seeing the world clearly the way everyone else is. So you need someone with you who will give a honest, unbiased perspective on what's going on with you, along with the way that you're feeling. Establish a support system. Just like I was saying, bring someone to the doctor. Have a support system. Whether that be a family member, an aunt, an uncle, grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, spouse, sibling, the adult child. You need a support system, someone you can talk to. A member of the clergy, a teacher at the church you go to or the synagogue, someone that you trust, and someone who can be honest with you. Whether it's one person, at the very least one person, or a small group of people that you trust that will be honest with you and that will encourage you and help you be accountable to get you past this. It is worth it. It's worth it. There's no shame in having a support system. There's no shame in going to the doctor. No shame at all. You need to set a schedule and stick to it. And that is very hard for people like me who procrastinates and hates schedules. You need to set a schedule. You can get past this, but you need to set a schedule. If you don't work every day, you need to set a time that you make yourself get up. Don't wait until you're motivated. You are not going to get motivated until you make yourself move. When you force yourself to move, when you force yourself to get up at a certain specific time every day, no matter what. If you work, that's easy to do. Then you force yourself in the evening to not come home and lay down and do nothing else, you force yourself on a schedule. You say, at this specific time, I'm going to clean for 30 minutes. No matter how I feel, no matter what, I have to do it. And what helps me to move is I will set a appointment with a teacher at school for my kids and ask the teacher what's best for you, and if it's morning, which is not best for me, I set it for the morning because I know I have to get up and I have to get myself ready and I have to get to that school at a certain time. Once I jump start, then I feel better. It immediately makes me feel better. Stick to that schedule no matter what. Have a prayer journal or a vision board, whichever you prefer. They basically encompass close to the same thing. A vision board is going to say, this is what I want for the future. And you're able to look on it and you're able to say, these are my goals. But you need to be detailed. Not just a normal vision board where somebody says, yeah, I want a house and I want this and I want that. No, you don't just want that. I want to be able to have a conversation without having anxiety. I want to be able to get up in the morning and have energy. I want to just be happy. I want to see other people the way they see me. Because you're not seeing yourself the way other people see you. Guarantee it. I guarantee it. So, a vision board or prayer journal. I do prayer journal. I write down all of my thoughts. I write down everything I'm upset about. Let's say you have anxiety and you stress about what just happened. You come home and you are freaking out because you've said something that, oh my God, they're going to hate me, they're going to judge me, how did I look, I was awful. Write it all down. Tell it to God. Tell Him everything that you feel, all of the bad and then all of the good. Write down all of the things that you want in life, whether you want a new house, a new car. I want to paint the living room. I mean, be specific. I want to be able to have a conversation with my spouse and feel loved. I want to be able to kiss my spouse and love on my spouse and them receive it. I want to be able to love on my spouse and mean it. I want the love back that we had once. Be as specific as you can. Because every day you write in that journal, whether it's in the morning, because you're a morning person, or whether it's at night. I'm a night person. So before you go to bed, especially if you can't sleep, use it. If you're going to lay there anyway and stress about not sleeping, lay there and vent it out in a journal. That's why they used to have diaries. Vent it. I turn it into a prayer. I pray, I write it down, I write God a letter, and I tell Him everything that I feel. And He hears me, and I see it. And then I'm able to look back on it later. And things that I'd forgotten about because my prayers got answered, things I forgot about, I can look back and go, wow, oh my gosh. I asked God to help me here, I asked this and this and this, and every single thing's been answered. It's amazing. Sometimes we forget things that we ask for, things that we worry about, things that we pray about. We forget about them because we get them. We get a job that we needed, or we ask for a job, we think we want this specific job, yet we get something way better. And a year later, we forget how we struggled through that issue. But when you look back on it, if you write it down and you look back on it, it is amazing how something that is so huge to you right now, something that was so huge to me, that I look back on it 2 years later and I'm like, wow, that was a big deal to me at the time. And now I see that God had a plan there I didn't know about. So, go to the doctor, find people that you can talk to. You need a support system around you. Set a schedule and stick to it. These get harder. Find 5 things that you are grateful for. In the morning when you wake up, you're driving to work, or you're drinking your cup of coffee, or you're watching the news. It doesn't take or you're in the bathroom. Do it in the bathroom. Put a little book in the bathroom. Put your journal in the bathroom. Hide it under the sink. Nobody goes there. I'm the only one that cleans that. There's places you can put it. So, be grateful. At least 5 things. 5 things a day. Get up in the morning, and if you can do it more, do it 3 times a day if you can. Do it morning, noon, and night. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. At breakfast, at lunch, and at dinner, you're sitting, I would say them out loud if you can, so if you have to go to the bathroom to do it, or if you mumble to yourself, or if you want to say it in a conversation, you want to write down or document it in your phone and say it out loud. 5 things that you're thankful for. I hate winter. Winter is depressing. I am thrilled that spring is here. So I am thankful that winter is now over. I'm thankful that I have beautiful children. Sometimes, you want to... But I have gorgeous children, and they're smart, and I'm so thankful for them. I'm thankful for my husband. I'm thankful that we have lights. I'm thankful we have food. I'm thankful we have shoes. There are so many things you can be thankful for. Look around. You're alive. Be thankful that you're alive and that you're here and that you have a life to live. You have a free will. The sun is out, or the stars out, or the moon is out and you can see it. So many things you can be thankful for. Find 5 things. At the very least, 5 things once a day. At the very least. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. So, I would do it 3 times a day if you can. 3 times a day. 5 things that you're thankful for. It can take you literally 60 seconds to rattle off 5 things. But you want to write them down or you want to document them in your phone because you need to look at it and you need to say it. Those are 2 ways that help you remember. And the goal is to remember those things. Because you forget all that stuff. Everything gets foggy. So things that help you remember is writing it down, looking at it, reading it back, saying it out loud. So 3 ways to help you remember. Hearing it is another way. So if you're saying it, you're hearing it. So 5 things at least once a day. Preferably 5 things 3 times a day. And 5 different things 3 times a day. Bonus points for that. Not hard to think of. I wanted to think about things that I was upset about. But as I started to say, I'm thankful I have shoes. I'm thankful I have food. Well, I'm thankful the sun's out. Well, I'm thankful my car's working. I'm thankful I have tires on my car that aren't flat, because I just dealt with that. The more you do that, the more deep you get. The more you start speaking those things, and you're speaking life into your life. You're speaking truth. Speak life into you. Don't just speak negativity and death. Speak life. So, positive things you're grateful for. Get involved. And this is really hard for people with anxiety and depression. Either one. Because the last thing you want to do is get involved with anything. But there are so many ways that you can get involved and help others. When you take the focus off of you and you look at someone else and you see what they need and you help them, it lifts you up. It's a blessing to you. So by blessing others, you're blessed. So you want to get involved. And there are so many ways you can get involved, whether you're helping with the 5K or you're helping at a shelter, serving food, or you have the funds financially and you can donate to somewhere, or you go to the McDonald's drive-thru and you pay it forward. And it's all of those little things that you are going to chip away at that depression. You're going to chip away at that anxiety. You're going to conquer this mountain. It's baby steps. You're going to take baby steps, and you're going to climb it. So get involved in your church. If that means you don't like people, if that means you're mowing, then volunteer to mow. If that means you are creative and you like to do flower arrangements, then volunteer to help do a flower arrangement. If that means you work a nursery, work the nursery. Do what you can to volunteer. Whether it's at a church, whether it's at your child's school, you go through a background check and you help out for an hour or 2 hours a day sitting and reading with kids, or you cut. I worked at a school and just went in and helped them cut little words and things that went on the bulletin boards, helped them decorate the bulletin boards when they needed it, helped the teachers however they needed it. If they needed copies made, I helped make copies. Get involved. And the last thing that we're going to talk about today, you look in the mirror every day and you say, I am healthy. I am whole. I'm loved. I am going to go into this situation and I'm going to conquer it. And even if you do and you don't conquer it, you tell yourself you're going to conquer it. Eventually, you're going to believe it. Have you ever heard of self-fulfilling prophecy? That when you stress and you worry about something bad happening enough, that you end up making it happen? Well, let's take that in reverse. You speak life into your life. Every day you tell yourself, tomorrow I'm going to get up, whatever your issue is, I'm going to conquer. Tomorrow I'm going to, and you tell yourself, kind of like the vision board, but it's on a daily basis. On a daily basis, you're going to decide every day. And sometimes you're going to say it and you're not going to mean it. But eventually you will. You're not going to put yourself down anymore. You're not going to put other people down. You're going to speak life into your family. You're going to speak life into you. Every day. You fake it till you make it. You say it, you need to give yourself at least 5 weeks. And just try. See how it helps. So, that's where we're at. We want you to know that you're not alone, that you are absolutely loved, that you can conquer this situation.
How do you deal with depression and anxiety? How do you do it? And you're like, ha! And then maybe we shouldn't be so